I mean, in this text, I ask myself what kind of imaginary museum, architecture museum, you have in your mind. And I think the structure of this museum somehow shifted during the period of modernity because of globalization, all these things. So, if, for example, Le Corbusier imagined destruction of Paris, and that Paris as a whole city should be substituted by a new city, he of course believed, maybe subconsciously, that the Parisians will remember, they will remember the old Paris, and so I will compare this memory of the old Paris with the new Paris. But we don't have this kind of city tradition anymore. Everybody's moving, everybody's circulating, people live in different cities, and so the memory is a global memory. So we imagine something like a global touristic city. The global touristic city is a very contemporary thing. A friend of mine, he's architect, he has an architecture school. And he went with his students to China, and he was brought to a lake with a big statue of Buddha, a traditional Chinese style. And he was asked, he was told that it is the biggest statue of Buddha in China. And he asked, in what century? And I would ask here, it was produced. And they say 3 days ago. It was installed 3 days ago. So that is what I meant with this touristic gaze. Because touristic gaze substitute history by space and contemporaneity. For a touristic gaze, there is no history. Everything that was in the past exists same time. There is no difference if this Buddha was installed 3,000 years ago, 300 years ago, or yesterday. It's in the past. And this touristic gaze fixes past as being actually simultaneous or as being synchronized. And what is contemporary, it was not this past. So the next step in relationship to this kind of imaginary museum of the past, I think that's how it's working at the moment. Or I think there are different strategies. There is a strategy you describe, this blurring difference. But I wouldn't even say that is dominating at the moment. It's not my experience, I must say. If you look at people like Gary or Kohlhaas, they build the building in a contradiction to whatever exists in the same city, and in a contradiction to the context, to the surrounding. They don't want to combine. They don't want to make a synthesis. They want to make a point that they are not like everybody else. It's not necessarily new in terms of historical development of architecture, especially if you include all possible documentations of architectural projects, unrealized projects of avant-garde. A lot of people now using actually this unrealized projects of avant-garde and try to build them in different ways. I think that Libeskind is a good example. There's some other people, But if you look even Eisenman, Libeskind, they also built as a counterposition, as not an eclectic, not historicist, not synthetic, but to make a statement and to oppose the context. And then you see this building all over the world. And I think in every place they try to make this kind of point, to make a counterpoint, to make an oppositional stand.